We are coming up on, I don't know, I'd say the halfway point of Jody Farms, of this little thing I'm doing. And that's got me thinking a bit. You know, I've been looking at the episodes this year, season 2 as compared to season 1. And there's a lot of stuff. But one thing I noticed, and I don't know, I think it was kind of intentional, but this season, each episode kind of had a theme. Like I'm doing something specific in that episode. And, you know, they're filmed over time, but it's not representative of all the things I do. There's so much that I do off of camera that in season 1, when I was new to this whole YouTube thing, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I would just film my days and there was no direction. Now there's more direction. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And while that's fun, I kind of miss doing like the daily thing where I could just like turn the camera on, not know what's going to happen, and then try to smash an episode together that hopefully you guys will like. So that's what this is going to be about. So, you know, a lot of the things that, you know, I don't usually capture in these themed episodes are when stuff like when a tractor gets a flat tire, change that. I'd usually just change it off camera. So today I'm going to be doing that and pretty much going to film this entire episode today. So this is a day in the life. You see, I'm trying to tell a story here. Now, what that story is, where it's going, I don't know, but I'm still trying to tell a story. So that's why these themed episodes are important, to kind of, I don't know, get me practicing my storytelling and show you what, I don't know, blueberry harvest is like. But I do think there is value in just this day-to-day, because sometimes with the storytelling, it could get a little grim, like, you know, the oat disaster episode. That was a bad time. And stuff like even the blueberry episode, what you guys didn't see was that we only got we got 25% of the harvest that we were expecting. So that was also a big hit. But it's not all just victories and failures here. Sometimes it's the mundane, and that's what I want to focus more on, is just the mundane, or at least what's mundane to me about farming, which, I don't know, maybe you could find some joy in. You see, changing a tire like this, well, it's a little frustration, but it's part of the game. This cost $110 to repair, which was, well, it's pretty decent in terms of a large farm. I mean, that's like a minimal cost, but we are pinched right now. We've had a hard year. I still have not had my first paycheck of the year, but I hope it's coming. But that's another story. So when something like this happens, you just gotta face it and fix it. And the one thing I have learned, that I've changed tires. I mean, I've changed tires here. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a van, a car, or a tractor. It's all pretty much the same. It's all pretty much, and it's done. Pretty straightforward, like I said, but having a tire that's flat does kind of paralyze you as a farmer when you need it. That's why we have 2 tractors. See, I've joked about it in the past, but I have 2 of the exact same tractor, so that when something like this happens, I can rely on the other one. And for the other one to have a flat at the same time as this, I mean, what are the odds, huh? Huh? Only here on Jody Farms. So, I am gonna have to take this off and bring it in to get fixed. I already know how much it's gonna cost. I already know how long it's gonna take. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time now just getting this off, getting it into town, and while it's being repaired, replaced, I'm gonna hook the discs up to the other tractor and we're gonna go work the land a bit. I tell you, I feel like everything's falling apart here sometimes. Look at this. I run a real top quality channel here. feather. Can anyone out there ID this for me? I think it's a wild turkey. Logic tells me it's a wild turkey. We have lots of wild turkeys here. When I started disking this field, I saw a wild turkey in the field. But how cool would it be if it was like an owl or an eagle or a panther or something awesome like that? If anyone knows what this is, let me know. Until then, until this mystery is solved, it will remain the feather in my cap. So, anyway, I get distracted easily. What we're doing here, this was the infamous oat field, and we're expecting a lot of rain soon, so I wanted to disc it in because the weeds were growing back and producing seed. So I just wanted to get them in as quick as possible. I didn't want the rain to hit, then I wouldn't be able to go on the land for a while, and with all the sun that we've been getting too, the weeds would grow. I just want to keep on top of this because this was a problem field. But I have plans to fix it, and right over here. And that begins with these two giant piles of manure behind me. I purchased these to put back into this field. Now this is my oat field. This was, if you've been following along, we had a total loss this year because the soil has just been reduced to sand over time, and with the weather that we got with the heat and lack of rain, everything in here just burnt. And I mean, it wasn't just oats in here. I do have 2 beds of herbs here which are just barely hanging on. So I want to bring this field back. I want to bring it back to its former glory. This was one of our best fields, and we were really into soil maintenance, but then things get out of hand and you have a few bad years and you can't put the money that you need to back into the land. These 2 piles, which I will be turning over and making compost out of, I'll be mixing some other green matter in, well, they cost $700 total. And I don't know, do the math, you know, $700. The tractor tire costs $110. The other tractor tire costs $110. It's hard, especially when I got no yield from this field. I have no income from this field, but I have to put it back. And dream scenario here, I mean, talking like dream scenario, if I have time, later on this fall, I want to rent a wood chipper, and I want to cut down all the garbage wood in the ditches. We have like all these birches that are regrowing, or tiny little things, and just chip them directly into the soil, mix that in, so hopefully we'll bring it back with that decaying organic matter. We'll turn this soil around over time. It's going to take some time. I don't know if I'm going to plant anything of high value in this field next year. I'll probably just do a cover crop. I might actually just do oats as a cover crop. Although I'm not too keen on seeding my field with yellow rocket again. Whatever, that's next year. But I do intend on bringing this back. Now, a lot of money's being spent and not a lot of money's coming in right now. And in times like this, which is normal for farming, I mean, it's seasonal, right? We work all year, and then harvest tends to be towards the end of the summer into the fall. So when I'm dishing out money like this, I get really stressed out. I like to do work that I can see the money coming in, and that is in my happy place, which are my herb fields. So, you know, we've been really, despite everything, despite the weather and everything, all the ups and downs, we've been really stockpiling on the dried herbs. We've been really filling our inventory, doubling what we had last year in some cases, because last year we sold out of dried herbs in December, January, February for some. It's like, that's not right. That's all that potential income in the spring, which also combined with this spring, we had a $7,000 bill for our tractor. It's not good. So I want to fix that. So that's what we've been doing. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day weeding there's some lemon catnip that really needs to be weeded, some blue vervain and some mullein. And that's just going to, you know, keep me in a positive mood, because there will be money coming in, and the herbs are the key to that. But I am really excited about this and this. So I'm going to get to that, finish the day. I hope you enjoyed this new old format of videos. I'll see you next time.